Okay, so nature has some genuinely unhinged ideas, and today we're counting down the 10 craziest superpowers real animals actually have. These are not made up. These are not exaggerated. Every single one is 100% real and scientifically documented. Number 10 alone is going to surprise you, but number 1, I'm not even joking, might ruin your appetite for the rest of the day. Stick around till the end because these get progressively more insane, I promise. If you're into weird nature facts, subscribe right now. This is basically our whole thing. Alright, let's start the countdown. Number 10, the bombardier beetle. This tiny insect has a literal chemical weapon inside its own body. When threatened, it mixes to chemicals stored separately inside its abdomen, and that mix causes an explosive chemical reaction. The result? It shoots boiling hot spray at nearly 100 degrees Celsius directly at whatever is attacking it. And it does this with pinpoint accuracy. It can literally aim in almost any direction, forward, backward, even sideways. This happens in a fraction of a second. Scientists needed high-speed cameras just to see how it actually works. The chemical reaction happens so fast and so precisely, engineers are now studying this beetle to design better fuel injection systems. A tiny bug with a built-in explosive chamber is literally teaching NASA-level engineers how to build machines. Nature's wild like that. Number 10 down. 9 more to go, and they only get crazier from here. Number 9, the hagfish. This might be the most disgusting defense mechanism in the entire animal kingdom. When a predator attacks, the hagfish releases slime, but not a little slime, an absolutely insane amount of slime. In less than a second, it can fill a 5-gallon bucket with slime from its own body, instantly. The slime clogs the predator's gills, so the predator literally cannot breathe and has to retreat or suffocate. And here's the part that's actually kind of impressive: the hagfish itself can also suffocate in its own slime. So it does this incredibly weird move: it ties its own body into a knot and slides the knot down its length to scrape the slime off. A fish that ties itself into a knot to survive its own defense mechanism. This is not something a writer invented. This is real biology. Scientists are also studying hagfish slime for bulletproof vests and biodegradable plastics, because the fibers in it are insanely strong. A gross slime monster from the ocean floor might literally help build the next generation of body armor. Wild. Number 9 down, and trust me, it gets weirder. Number 8, the honey badger. This animal is basically immune to things that would kill literally anything else. Honey badgers regularly get bitten by extremely venomous snakes, cobras, puff adders, the kind of venom that kills a human in minutes. The honey badger just gets sleepy for a bit, then wakes up a couple hours later completely fine, and finishes eating the snake. Their bodies produce special proteins that block the venom from binding to their nerve receptors. Scientists are studying this to create antivenoms. But venom immunity isn't even the wildest thing about honey badgers. They will fight literally anything: lions, hyenas, even animals 10 times their size, and they win way more often than they should. Their skin is so thick and loose that predators literally cannot get a solid grip. It just twists around inside its own skin and bites back. The Guinness Book of World Records literally lists the honey badger as the most fearless animal on Earth. A relatively small animal that shrugs off deadly venom and picks fights with lions has officially earned that title. Absolutely deserved. Number 8 down. We're just getting started. Number 7, the naked mole rat. This animal looks like a tiny wrinkly sausage, but biologically it is completely broken, in the best way. Naked mole rats almost never get cancer. Like, scientists have studied thousands of them and found almost 0 cancer cases ever. Their cells have a special mechanism that stops uncontrolled growth before it can even become a tumor. It's like a built-in cancer shield. They also don't feel most types of pain. Scientists have exposed their skin to acid and chili pepper compounds, and they just don't react. And they live an insanely long time for their size. A mouse lives 2 to 3 years. A naked mole rat lives up to 30, same size, 10 times longer. They can also survive up to 18 minutes without any oxygen at all. Most mammals, including humans, would suffer brain damage in about 4 minutes. How? Their bodies switch to burning fructose instead of oxygen for energy. Basically the same trick plants use. Cancer-resistant, pain-resistant, barely needs oxygen, lives forever compared to similar animals. Scientists are obsessed with studying these little guys. If we figure out how they do all this, it could change human medicine completely. This weird little sausage might hold the secret to fighting cancer. Number 7 down, halfway there, let's keep going. Number 6, the lyrebird. This is a bird that can perfectly copy almost any sound it hears, and I mean any sound. Car alarms, camera shutters, chainsaws, other birds, dogs barking. It memorizes and replicates all of it with terrifying accuracy. There's actual footage of a lyrebird in the wild making the exact sound of a chainsaw cutting down a tree in the middle of the forest. No chainsaw anywhere nearby, just a bird perfectly recreating a mechanical sound it heard once from loggers years earlier. Their vocal organ is anatomically more complex than most other birds. They can basically layer multiple sounds at the same time. Male lyrebirds do this specifically to impress females during mating season. It's basically the most impressive party trick in the animal kingdom. Imagine going on a date and your date just perfectly recreates a car alarm to impress you, and it works every time. Some lyrebirds have even been recorded copying camera shutter sounds from tourists who photographed them for years. Full conversations, perfectly mimicked. A bird with a built-in tape recorder for a voice box. Nature really said why not. Number 6 down. Top 5 coming up, and this is where things get seriously wild. Number 5. The electric eel. This animal is a literal living taser. It can generate up to 860 volts of electricity from its own body. For comparison, a standard wall outlet is 120 volts. This animal produces more than 7 times that from inside its own body. Roughly 80% of its entire body is basically a biological battery. Thousands of specialized cells stacked together generating charge. It uses this to stun prey, defend itself, and even navigate murky water using weaker electrical pulses like a built-in radar. A shock from a big electric eel can genuinely knock an adult human off their feet or even a horse standing in shallow water. It's not usually fatal to humans directly, but it's strong enough to cause someone to drown from the shock in deep water. Scientists have actually used electric eel discharges to power small devices for a few seconds, like literally charging a phone off an eel. A living creature that is also a battery, a taser, and a radar system all at once. It's genuinely one of the most overpowered animals alive. Number 5 down, top 4 left. This is where it gets seriously unbelievable. Number 4. The Greenland shark. This animal might genuinely be one of the oldest living vertebrates on planet Earth. Scientists estimate that some Greenland sharks are between 300 and 500 years old. Some of them were literally alive before the United States existed. One shark studied by scientists was estimated at nearly 400 years old, meaning it was born around the time Shakespeare was still writing plays. How does it live this long? Its metabolism is incredibly slow. It grows about 1 centimeter per year. That's it, 1 centimeter. It doesn't even reach sexual maturity until it's about 150 years old. It's basically still a teenager at an age most animals have been dead for centuries. It lives in freezing Arctic waters at depths where almost nothing else can survive, and it moves incredibly slowly, one of the slowest sharks on Earth. This slow metabolism might be the exact reason it lives so long. Everything happens slower, including aging. Scientists are studying its genes right now to understand human aging and longevity. This slow ancient shark might hold secrets about extending human life. A shark alive today might have been swimming around since before your country even existed. Let that sink in for a second. Number 4 down, top 3 remaining. And these final 3 are absolutely unreal. Real quick before we get to the top 3, if your mind is already blown, hit subscribe now, because trust me, the next 3 are on a completely different level. Okay, let's get into it. Number 3. The Antarctic icefish. This is the only known vertebrate on Earth that literally has no red blood cells at all. Its blood is literally clear, almost like water, because it doesn't have hemoglobin, the protein that makes blood red and carries oxygen in every other vertebrate on the planet. Every single other vertebrate on Earth needs hemoglobin to survive. This fish is the one weird exception in the entire animal kingdom. How does it survive without oxygen-carrying blood cells? It lives in freezing Antarctic waters where oxygen dissolves much better in cold liquid. Its blood plasma absorbs oxygen directly from the freezing water instead of relying on red blood cells to transport it. It also has natural antifreeze proteins in its blood. These proteins stop ice crystals from forming inside its body even in near freezing water. Without those proteins, this fish would literally freeze solid from the inside out. Its own blood would turn to ice. Scientists study these antifreeze proteins for use in organ transplants to keep human organs from freezing damage during transport. A fish with clear blood and built-in antifreeze might literally help save human lives in hospitals. Nature's weirdest exception turned out to be genuinely useful. Number 3 down, only 2 left, and they're both genuinely disturbing in completely different ways. Number 2. The bullet ant. This tiny insect has the single most painful sting of any insect on the entire planet. Its sting rates at the very top of the Schmidt Sting Pain Index, a real scientific scale researchers use to measure insect sting pain. The scientist who created the scale, Justin Schmidt, actually let bullet ants sting him on purpose to describe the pain for science. He described it as pure, intense, brilliant pain, like walking over flaming charcoal with a 3-inch nail embedded in your heel. The pain from a single sting doesn't just hurt for a moment. It lasts for up to 24 full hours, continuously. And here's the genuinely wild part: there's an indigenous tribe in Brazil that uses this pain intentionally as part of a coming-of-age ritual. Young men wear gloves woven with hundreds of live bullet and stingers facing inward and have to keep them on for up to 10 minutes without showing pain. They repeat this ritual multiple times over the years to be considered fully grown warriors, voluntarily, on purpose. Number 2 down, only 1 left, and number 1 is genuinely one of the most disturbing things in all of nature. Number 1, and I genuinely want to warn you, this one is disgusting. The tongue-eating louse. This is a real parasite that enters through a fish's gills. It attaches itself directly to the base of the fish's tongue. It then drains blood from the tongue until the tongue withers away and eventually falls off completely. And here's the part that genuinely disturbs scientists. The parasite then attaches itself in the exact spot where the tongue used to be. It literally becomes the fish's new tongue. The fish uses the parasite to move food around its mouth like a normal tongue for the rest of its life. This is the only known case in all of biology where a parasite completely replaces a host's functioning organ and the host just keeps living normally with it. The fish doesn't even seem particularly bothered by it. It just goes on with its life, with a living parasite functioning as its tongue. This parasite has been found in fish all over the world, including species that people regularly catch and eat. It's completely harmless to humans if you accidentally eat one. It just detaches, but it is without question one of the most disturbing things biology has ever discovered. A creature that replaces your tongue and just becomes a functioning part of your body. Nature genuinely has no limits. And that's number 1. I told you it would disturb you. Okay, so let's do a quick recap of everything we just learned. A beetle with a built-in explosive chamber, a fish that ties itself into knots, a badger that shrugs off deadly venom, a rodent immune to cancer and pain, a bird with a built-in tape recorder, an eel that's basically a living taser, a shark older than most countries, a fish with clear blood and built-in antifreeze, an ant with the world's most scientifically ranked painful sting, and a parasite that literally becomes a fish's new tongue. 10 completely different, completely real superpowers. Nature has had 4 billion years to experiment, and honestly, it never stopped getting weirder. If this blew your mind, subscribe. Next week we're covering 10 more that are somehow even crazier than these. Comment below which number surprised you the most. See you next week.